second over. So good delivery from Jahir Rahman. So Gladiators are drawn to play Barry Royal. And we've got another 3/4 final all happening at about the same time. So lots of cricket left on the day. And of course, tomorrow is the grand finale, Bangladesh Premier League of USA. That's a good ball. May have gotten an edge. We'll never know, but from appearance from the appeal and the frantic attempt by the keeper, Carl, to probably gobble up a chance that eluded him momentarily. It's 10 without loss in the second over. So early stages yet. We've seen 10 runs on ball towards the offense. Score is Mahbub. He remains yet to get off the mark. Ismail Hussein, he's up on 3. And score is 10 without loss. So all Mahbub, our viewers, we want to say good morning from New York City. And good evening where you are. Good night, early morning, some parts of the world. We're just outside of, as Carl mentioned, just outside of John F. Kennedy International. Oh, that's a good-looking shot! Straight to the man at mid-off. He puts it down. Oh. And Carl, what should have been 10 for 1 is 10 without mentioned, just outside of...
A sitter punched up to mid-off. And right there, he had it in the sights. And
Mahbub survives. He now gets off the mark after some while. And it's 11 without loss in the second over. Jahidu Rahman. 2 overs got 11 on the board. So Carmichael will continue. First over went for 3. And Mahbub Renmoy, strike. Ismail Hussein is on 3. It's 11 with all. Here is Carl. Ball well defended here by Mahbub. So Carl, we've seen 11 runs on the over so far, so they're going just about 5.5.
so up. This is a good-looking shot, and this will go away for the first blade, and a good scoring shot from Min Boy. And so he's up and running, giving it a life when he was yet to get off the mark. Len, good-looking stroke. So 15 for no loss. Good early traffic coming up and over the venue, as we mentioned, the John F. Kennedy Airport adjacent to the playing facility. And so another aircraft going by as Carmichael. This one is up in the air, man in the deep, can't get to it. And so the batters cross for another single. So batsmen have opted to go the aerial route quite a bit here, Lynn, so far. 16 on the board, a couple of lives, or at least one chance. But turning into a budding partnership here between Ismail and Marin.
Yes, Carl, the batsman, of course, knowing this is the power play period. They're going to try to probably go over the ring. Very safe shot in this early part of the game. And this one is hoisted over. And that's the first 6. That's the first BPL maximum of the day. And it comes off the bat of Hussein. It's 22 without loss.
So a big over there from for the Gladiators. Over going for 11 as Carmichael hoisted over mid-wicket. And first BPL maximum, 22 then on the board. And so partnership starting to build here. 3 overs gone. The Gladiators going at 7 runs per over. Just over 7 runs per over so far, 7.3 to be exact. So Jahidur continues. Ball punched up into the offside. And this time Arif Islam is in the way. That makes a clean stop. And so the batsmen remain in their respective grounds. Islam would have put down a sitter in the previous over from Jahidur. Should have picked up Mrinmo in that occasion. Ball hit back along the track and may have just up into the palms and just falling shy. So Mrinmo living dangerously so far and has gone the aerial route on a couple of occasions. But bats on, 22 on the board. Here is Jahidur.
And so good-looking glance shot there from Mahbub. He picks up another boundary. In fact, he picks up his first boundary. In fact, he's picked up his second boundary, actually. So Mahbub picks up 2. He goes up to 10. It's 26 without loss. And Carl, just for our listener, our media partners in this series, and even for last year, has been Time TV and Bangla Patrika. And so on behalf of BPL of USA, we want to say thank you very much to the media partners, Time Television. Even for last year, has been Time TV and Bangla Patrika. Several ways you can follow the game. You can follow the game on Cricket Clubs, and that's text and scoreboard commentary. And USA, you can go on Facebook. Time Television is on there, and of course you can download the app. And Android and Apple. So ball outside the off. Don't call the wide. Go on Facebook. Time Television is 7 in the 4th over. Is on there. Good start here from Dhaka Gladiators. Download the app. And now they're going at 7.7 and over. Apple. So ball, Carl, in reality, they have off to a very good start here. So another boundary off the bat of Mahbub. He goes up to 14. Is 31 on the board. 31 without loss. We're in the 4th.
And Shot just coming down the track to try to get to the pitch of the ball and hitting it on the up. And so a good one day looking good limited over shot. Gets good results. Being guided down to a third man area, and the fielder can't stop one. And so one more then to Minroy takes him up to 15. That closes out another over, so 10. Bowl again. So 32 for no loss. Along the track, looking to fight and still not able to get it past Islam on the ball.
So over number 5, RF Islam. Quality player, Carl. We've seen him many times before. Top ball outside the off stump. Goes through to Dino. And so the tournament this year, Carl, predominantly last year would have included a lot of Bangladeshi players. We have quite a few in the mid. Now we've sort a couple of big players here, certainly on the roster. And RF Islam will come. Mahbub was batted well for 15. This one is played into the onside.
And a direct hit there. Have had been more sharp, but he gets through for a single. Sharply taken. Good bit of fielding from the man at Medan.
And comes back to the players this year. They had them in which were picked, and so quite a few West. Derek Narain, we've seen Carmichael, we've seen he played more Farouk, and a couple of the other players. Saib is in the draft. The tournament has really expanded to everyone around the world. A very good event, and so enhances the quality and the level of the tournament, Carl, from last year. Definitely, when you look at the rosters, all the sides have brought in some big talent, some big guns. Like anything else, some of the local players is good. So it's 34 over number 5 with Ismail on 10. Mahbub is on 16. And they're a very good start, 34 at the end of 5.
And while there's a break in the action, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the title sponsor for the 2019 BPL USA. So, sponsor, Utshob Group, the tournament by Randy B. Siegel, NY Complete Medical Care, grand sponsors Get Well Medcare, and Dr. Shamim Ahmed, and of course the media partners Time TV and Bangla Patrika. So Jahidur Rahman gives way to Abu Tahir. So Tahir comes in. Rahman, Jahidur having bowled 2 overs, none for 14. Michael started at the top. So Carmichael started at the top, 2 overs, none for 14 as well. And so picking up here at Idlewild Park as Mohammed here will continue.
So 34 without loss. We've just seen the start of over number 6, Abu Tahir. Oh, ball swung away over backward square and it goes away for 4. So good looking shot from Ismail Hussain. He goes up to 14. On the board, 38 without loss. Dhaka Gladiators, Carl, haven't been sent in. Scorecard in over number 6, and they're batting at 38 without loss. A very good start.
Yes, son, going just over 7 and over. And so on course here, perhaps for a total in excess of 160-ish with wickets in hand. And of course, Min 16, Ismail 15, and a partnership of 38 to get the Gladiators up and running.
Yes, they would have missed a chance. But hadn't gotten off the mark yet, so dearly. And then TV, if a 38 without loss, putting down a man quite early relative to that, you've really given up a lot so far. So we're just waiting for a replacement ball. .38 on the board.
So another good delivery from Abu Tahir. So good comeback delivery after the ball initially stood for a boundary. First 8 for no loss. So good by Abu Tahir, the batsman down the track a bit to just pull his length back. Big hit. Carmichael is there, looking up, watching over. It's gone for another maximum. And so takes a total up to 40, up to 20.
Yeah, ball. Not a good delivery. Short and off stump and Ismail Hussain himself with a big shot. He goes up to 20. It's 44 without loss. So ball chopped into the offside chance. Wrong end, and 44 without loss. Ismail is on 20. Mahbub is on 16 for none. So 6 overs gone, 44 without loss. Oh, ball going down the leg side. Man, that fine leg makes it stop. It's a wide, a couple of wides here. So 46 without loss. In the 7th over, RF Islam, the bowler. Oh, big shot from Hussein down the leg side and swung it. That's gone a long way into the bushes. And that's a big shot off the bat of Hussein. He goes up to 20. That brings up the 50. And another replacement ball here. And so 52 on the board, 50 for Gladiators. Having been sent in by Barry Sal Royals. It's 52 on the board. It's over. RF Islam, he's bowled 1.1. He's given up 10 so far. We're in 7, 8 balls to be bowled. Another one here. So let's take a look at the extras so far. Extras has now gone up to 11. Wides totaling 7. And we've seen 4 buys. So when you consider we're just in the 7th over, 11 extras is quite a few. Oh, that's a good. This one, third man is in attendance, and so only a single there to Ismail. He goes up to 27. It's 54 without loss. So 54 on the board. They're going at 8.3 at the moment. It's a good start. All 10 wickets in hand. 2 well-set batsmen out in the middle. 116, 127. So not a single here to Mahbub. Takes him up to 17. It's 27 to Ismail. And we're in the 7th over being bowled here. It's 55 on the board. 55. So 56 with that bye, without loss. So 7 over completed. It's 56 without loss with Mahbub on 17. And Ismail is on 27, 56 without loss. The bowling so far, Carmichael 2 overs for 14. Rahman 2 overs for 14 also. Arif Islam 2 for 13. And Abu Tahir, his first over went for 10. So those are the bowling figures. 56 without loss, 7 overs gone. So without loss was gone. Dino Chawinam comes into the attack. And he starts with a good ball, a dot ball, 56 without loss. We are in the 8th over. So ball played up towards the onside. Carmichael makes a very good save, saving a boundary. And restricting the batsman to only a single, 57 on the board. So wicket falls. Mahbub 17 is 57 for 1. 57 for 1. So 57 for 1. Ravinder Singh Mehra comes out to the middle. So Mahbub goes off the bowling of Dino Chawinam for 17. Is 57 for 1. We're in the 8th over. Ravinder Singh, he's had a good series so far. In here to the quarter, Dhaka Gladiators. So he's had a good series, 165 runs in the series so far. And he's on his way up into the offside. And so Ravinder Singh Mehra, he's off and running. Brings Hussain back on strike. Hussain has batted well for 28. We are in the 8th over. Being bowled here by Dino Chawinam, the leg spinner. And it's 58 on the board. So ball swung around to the scoreboard area. Only a single. There's a man posted out in the deep. So a spread field now as expected, and with the restriction off. And so players are posted quite a bit out in the deeper areas. So it's 59 on the board. Ravinder Singh, the man on strike. Yeah, ball is well bowled here by Chawinam. That completes over number 8. And after 8 gladiators having been sent in here, Carl, they're batting a 59. Lost the wicket of Mahbub 17. And they're going at 7.3 at the moment. So 59 on the board at the end of over number 8. So Carmichael comes back for his second spell. Just to give you a sense of the player rankings in the series so far. Player rankings by the way they've done. Man out in the middle. So 60 on the board. Carmichael coming into this, his second spell, has bowled a couple of overs for 14. Ravinder Singh Mehra comes back into strike, and Carl, we've been told that Ravinder Singh, in terms of the player ranking of the series so far, he is number 2. And after this ball, we'll tell you who's number 1. Ball cracked into the offside square of the pitch. And we'll have to wait and see. It may have gone away for 4. So good looking shot here from off the bat of Ravinder Singh Mehra. He goes up to 5. And so he's ranked number 2 based on some numbers calculations that factor in, of course, his score, his averages, the way he's done in the series. And if he's a bowler, that will also factor in as an all-round performance. So he's number 2. 64 for 1. The leaderboard, or the man who leads that set of rankings, Carl, is Navin Stewart. He's up there, Navin Stewart. And number 2 is the man on strike, the left-hander, Ravinder Singh. The fact is, both of them on the same team. So the Gladiators have a couple of talented players who not only would have the name to go by, but they have brought up some great performances in this series so far, with still more games if they win. And now becomes a knockout stage. You lose, you go home. So, given out, he's out leg before. And so, second wicket falls there. Ismail goes for 2.
So Jakir Hussein comes to the middle. Carmichael now having picked up a wicket, bowling at 2.5 overs, 1 for 20. So takes guard. Seems settled now that he's got the right stump that he's looking for, and will now face Trinson Carmichael. 65 for 2. Oh, gets a ball and he's whipping it backward square. Does well to cut it off. And so he gets off the mark straight away. That will complete the over. 7 runs from it. It's 66 for 2 at the end of 9 overs.
Once I plug my mic in, I talk, and he gets everything.
So Chowinam continues. Ball up and outside the stump into the backward point region for a single. And so that takes the total up to 67. The Dhaka Gladiators were sent in early this morning by Borisov Royals, who won the toss. Elected to have a bowl. You saw Gladiators get off to a good start. They got to 57 before the first wicket fell. So opening 7 between Ismail Hussein and Mahbub Minmoy. The off stump wide as the call. And so more to the total. Score goes up to 68. 68 for 2. Again, wickets falling at 57 and 65. Here's Chowinam. Ball struck well to the onside. Man posted at straight mid wicket. Comes around. And it can't stop 2. And so the batsmen were clear-minded on their intent to come back for the second run. And in the end, Jack makes it look easy as he quickly at the wicketkeeper's end and then came in without any hesitation, came charging back and got home with yards to spare before the ball actually arrived at the non-strikers end to Chowinam. Score up to 70. Mera now remains on strike. He's up to 8. The Dhaka Gladiators looking to post a target. This one is pulled into the backward point, into the backward square region. There's a man in the deep, and the batsman probably wisely settled for just one. So that takes Ravinder up to 9. Jacker Hussain comes back onto strike. He's on 2. As you're watching the 2019 Bangladeshi Premier League of USA. And this 2019 edition punched away up towards that backward point. And that takes the total up to 72. 72 for 2. Shawinan bowling at 1 for 9. He has effected the initial breakthrough, removing Meanmoy. Punched up into the backward point. Man is posted there, and good fielding keeps the batsman from being able to advance the total. Again, cut away, and this time it's Imam. He gives up the chase, and it's gone all the way into the boundary. 4 more to Ravinder, and that will close out the over. 10 runs from it. It's 76 for 2 at the end of it. So at the halfway point here, the innings, 76 on the board with Kira on and Ravinder on 13. So here's Carmichael. Starts with the ball that's punched into the backward point region. Protection on who comes around and keeps Jack Kerr to just 1. So that takes him up to 4. The total up to 77. Very cool conditions, almost winter-like conditions here at Idlewild Park. No sun to be seen anywhere. And a brisk breeze blowing across the playing area. This one again turned into the onside. And Imamo runs in quickly. Can't stop one. And so the score goes up to 78. So consolidation required, perhaps, for these for the Dhaka Gladiators. And a loud appeal for a catch at the wicket. And with an aircraft going overhead, having no chance to and relying on just eyesight, probably impossible under the circumstance. And so a chance there for catch at the wicket is denied. And so Carmichael will bowl again. Here he is coming around the wicket. Left arm leg spinner. And so single then to Jacker. Take up 5 and the total up to 79. As it's just over 7 runs per over the going rate. 7.4 runs per over. Short down the leg side, and this could be a wide, confirmed by the umpire. And so it is up to 80. The umpires for this morning's game, Palash Roy and Sanjeev Chahal. And this one is into the onside. And Imamo comes in once again off the long leg boundary. And one more to 15. The BPL of USA, sponsored by the Utshob Group, powered by Randy B. Siegel and New York Complete Medical Care. And of course, the media partners, Time TV and Bangla Patrika. And a lot of work going into the proceedings this 2019 as over comes to an end. 6 runs coming from it. It's 82 at the end of 11 overs. So Carmichael has bowled his full allotment, 4 overs, 1 for 27. Dino Chowanam will continue, 2 overs, 1 for 13 so far. And looking to make inroads here or further inroads into the Dhaka Gladiators top order. And he starts with the ball that's being pushed up into the offside up to short mid off. And the man posted there. Man from being a couple of good deliveries to start here for Chowanam. Just asking a few questions of Jakar Hussain. This one turned into the onside again. Man posted at short mid on. And there can be no score. Abu Tahir. And so Tahir doing well. Fumbled a bit, but kept the ball in front. Big heave through the offside. Takes a thick outside edge and runs toward the backward point boundary. And in fact, down into the third man boundary it goes. And that will yield 4 runs for Jacker. Takes him up to 10. The total up to 86. It's 86 for 2 over number 12 in progress here. Being bowled by Dino Chowanam.
The third man boundary it goes. So Chowanam, and he's being milked for a single, and the ball is
out of harm's way. 87 on the board over number 12 in progress. Gladiators sent in earlier this morning by the Barso Royals. And this one is hit firmly down the ground towards the long on region. Man running around from straight mid-wicket, cuts it off, keeps the batsman to just a couple. That will close out the over. 7 runs from it. It's 89 for 2 after 12. So 88 is the total. For the loss of for 17 and Ismail Hussein for 23. 3 BPL of USA maximums and 1 boundary. And so it's 88. 88 the total on the board for 2. As Naim Joy will continue the attack here. So Naim Joy comes in. Carmichael was completed his allotment. Carmichael 427, but he gets it away into the onside for. So Jacker, ball down the leg side, and that's another wide here. So total now up to 92. So the last ball in the over was 2 in the previous over. So ball turned into the onside for another single by Jacker. Takes him up to 13. The total up to 93. 93 for 2. So ball turned into the onside. Carmichael charges in from the long leg boundary. Can't stop another single there. So partner 29 beats 2. One more ball remaining in over number 13 as a Naim Joy has been introduced into the attack for the first time. And ball is punched up and over. And man comes around, can't get to it. So good looking shot, gets across the ropes. And so that's 4 runs to Jacker, takes him up to 17. And that moves Gladiators up to 98. It's 9 off the over. It's 98 for 2 at the end of 13 overs. While there's a break in the action, again, want to take a moment to acknowledge the sponsors of the 2019 BPL of USA. And they include the Utshob Group, Randy B. Siegel, New York Complete Medical Care, Getwell Medcare, Dr. Shamim Ahmed, Media Partners, Time TV and Bangla Patrico, Fast Track Mobility, S&B Brothers, New York City Motor Cars, People in Tech, Kukan Realty Inc., Arkman CPA, Salim Biryani, Kebab and Sweets, Renaissance, among others. So this one is slapped away up to the offside, and around comes Carmichael doing some cleanup work here. And the batters have crossed for a couple, and so that takes Ravinder into the 20s. He goes up to 21, brings up the 100 for Gladiators. The 100 comes up in over number 14. And 41 balls remaining. 100 for 2 over number 14 on the way here, being bowled by Dino Chawinam, who's bowling his allotment of 4 straight through. Ball tugged into the onside again. Protection at deep mid wicket. So the batters cross for another single. Man, in fact, posted at deep square leg. And so 101 on the board. 101 for 2 over number 14 in progress, being bowled by Dino Chowanam. And this one worked up into the offside, so batsmen just milking singles here for the moment. Ones and twos, the order of the approach at the moment. Partnership of 37. Budding partnership here between these two. We've seen a couple of meaningful partnerships so far. Opening stand of 57 between Meanmoy and Ishmael, as this one is punched away, up and over extra cover, gone for a boundary, and a good clean strike by Ravinder. That takes him up to 26. Total up to 106. Partnership now of 41, and so these two now have found their footing here at Idlewild Park, and despite the cool conditions, are starting to heat up. Here is Chowanam. Big hit up and through the onside, found the gap perfectly, and it's gone for another boundary. And so this is excellent batting from Ravinder Singh Mehra as he goes up to 30. The score up to 110. The Dhaka Gladiators starting to put a move on here as the run rate now approaching 8 and over, 7.95 to be exact, with a ball remaining in the spell for Dino Chowanam. Slower ball up, hit well, gone up and over, another BPL of USA Maximum, and Ravinder goes up to 36 with that swing. The over comes to an end, 18 from it. It's 116 for 2 after 14 overs. Gladiators now on the charge. So it's 116 for 2. Naim Joy continues. First over, cost him 9. Down the leg side. They go for 1. They're coming back for a second. The ball, in fact, crosses the boundary now. And so it's 5 wides from Naim Joy, just pegging the wrong line. And that takes a total up to 100.
They're coming back for a second. The ball, in fact, crosses the boundary now. And so it's 5 wides.
And Jacker Hussein looking to work the ball through the onside, didn't make contact, which proves even more productive as he picks up an extra to the total. 5 added then. Ball cut away. This will be 4 more. And so just with an offer, and Jacker just throwing his hands at it. And once was past, third man, no protection in the deep. And that crosses the ropes again for 4 more. 125 then the total. 125 for 2. Big hit up and over. And it's more runs. Carnage here at the moment. And partnership now flourish even further. 4. And so now most productive partnership we've seen this on the day. And Jacker up to 26, 129 for 2 with 34 balls remaining. And so Jacker 26 from 19 balls. Ravinder 36 off 20. Both men going at a very healthy strike rate. Ravinder at 180 and Jacker 137 strike rate at the moment, putting a really flourishing partnership together. 129 for 2. Just 2 legal deliveries registered in the over so far. 13 gone from just 2 balls. Pulled. More runs here. This one might go for a maximum. Confirmed. Another BPL on the distance.
Pull.
And so 35 for Joy under the gear. As 19 off 3 balls. First ball went for 5 wides. And then we've seen 3 consecutive boundaries, 2 fours and a maximum. Here is Joy. Cut away. Up. Carmichael comes around, cuts it off, and keeps it. In fact, they're coming back for a second. The throw comes in, and bad bounce.
Cut away. Up. Carmichael comes around, cuts it off,
coming around.
and keeps it. They're coming back for a second. The throw comes in.
He made a strong throw, but once the ball landed, didn't bounce whatsoever. Big hit. Up and over. This is gone for more. Another maximum. BPL of USA.
Didn't bounce whatsoever.
Jacker up to 40. The score up to 143. 27 off the over so far, with still a ball remaining. So carnage here at Idle Park. Sane on fire, on the go. 40 off 22. Still 1 ball remaining in the over. And a search party was being dispatched, but the man comes up with the ball in the deep. Arif Islam, the man who's sent to retrieve. Final ball of the over. Pulled! And this is gonna be 6 more! Another BPL maximum. And one of the biggest over with
sent to retrieve the over. Pulled! And
over.
This is gonna be
and oh my, Jack Kerr going at a 200 strike rate. And he struck 3 sixes and 4 fours so far as he approaches a milestone here. The partnership of 84 between these two, and 84 coming from just 37 balls. 84 runs from 37 balls as Jacker Hussein on the go, just taking a liking to the bowling of Naeem Joy. And it's 149 for 2. 149 for 2 with 5 overs remaining here at Idlewild Park. You're watching the 2019 BPL of USA between Dakar Gladiators and this is the quarterfinals in the penultimate, in fact, the penultimate day's play in this tournament. Tomorrow will be championship day. A couple of semifinals and a final. And so Abu Tayer will take over from Dino Chaumanam, who completed his bowling spell. 4 overs, 1 for 38 to Chaumanam. And so Abu Tayer will pick up the attack here from the commentary box end. His first over cost him 10. Ravinder Singh, the man on strike. 149 for 2. 5 overs remaining in the innings. Gladiators sent in here against Borisov Royals. Ball short, pulled into the onside. This one is going to go for another boundary. In fact, a maximum. BPL of USA maximum brings up the
ball short,
150
pulled
comes up in the first ball of over number 16. It's now 155 for 2. And that takes Ravinder into the 40s as well. He goes up to 42. And excellent batting. Just a couple of deliveries different between the numbers of deliveries faced by Ravinder Singh Mehra and that of Jacker Hussein. Hussein has faced 23 balls. We've got Singh facing 21 actually. So this one turned into the onside, and so for a moment Ravinder content to just rotating the strike, and so that moves him to 43, brings King Jacker Hussein onto strike. He's on 46, going at a 200 strike rate, which means for every ball he's faced so far, he has averaged 2 runs. So it's 156 for 2. 28 balls remaining in the innings here for Dhaka Gladiators. Pulled into the onside. This should bring up his 50. It comes up in fine style, gone the distance, and Jacker Hussein has batted for just 28 minutes has struck 4 sixes and 4 fours from just 24 balls. He has smashed his way to a swashbuckling half century and looking to go further. Here is Tahir. Ball through the wicketkeeper, beating everybody, running towards the fine leg boundary. And the batters will come back for a couple, wait for the signal. Buys it is. And so that's 2 more added to the total. Takes the score up to 164. 164 for 2. 26 balls remaining. Jack 52. This one is playing up into the offside. Now there's a mix-up here. And it looks like he's gone. So no chance there for a single. And a mix-up between he and Ravinder. And the throw came in from short backward point. And so it's now 164 for 3 as Jack here goes for 52. So Navin Stewart walks. So he comes to the middle with Dhaka Gladiators batting at 164 for 3. Navin Stewart, first class player out of Trinidad and Tobago. And comes to the middle here at a crucial point for Dhaka. And his first ball, punching back along the track, can score. And so that will complete the over. 15 runs from it. It's 163 at the end of 16 overs. While there's a break in the action, I want to take a moment once again to run through some of the other sponsors who have made the 2019 BPL of USA possible. And they include New York Insurance, Strikers, Print Fair, Cardenas Islam and Associates, PLC, Bombay Travels, and Graphics, Travel West, Hal Bazaar, or rather Hat Bazaar, Titus Restaurant, so it's Titash restaurant actually. So Megna Grocery and Halal Meat, Immigrant Elder Home Care, and Heritage Air Express. So we'll continue to run through some of those sponsors for the remainder of this matchup as a new bowler comes in here. Arif Islam has been brought back. His first spell cost him 13 runs from 2 overs. So he replaces Naeem Joy, who bowled 2 overs for 42 runs. But his first over only went for 8. His second over cost him 33. And so in fact, his first over went for 9, including a wide ball. And so his second over cost him 33 as Zakir Hussain took a liking to his bowling. So he starts here, does Arif with a dot. 23 remaining in the innings for Dhaka Gladiators, who were sent in earlier this morning by Borsal Royals after winning the toss. And they got off to a good opening stand of 57 between Ismail Hussain and Mahbub Minboy. Slower ball. Ball hit in the air towards the long on region. And the man comes around, keeping the batters to just one. And
slower ball. Ball hit in the air towards the long on region. And the man
for three. Navin Stewart then will come on to strike. Has faced one ball so far. Navin Stewart, a talented player. Again, would have played played cricket in the West Indies. Down the track and hitting down the ground. Man is coming around, can't get there. Perfectly placed in the gap between long on and long off. And so Navin Stewart is up and running. He gets off the mark with a boundary. 169 for three then. Navin Stewart. And he gets one, a short delivery. Doesn't handle it as well as he perhaps would have liked. Tugs it away for a single though. And so that will take the score up to 170. With 20 balls to go, brings Ravinder Singh back onto strike. And Ravinder, one of the quality batsmen who's been on the go here in this match so far, comes down the track and hits big. Up and over, brings up his 50. It comes up. And he is
on the go here in this match so far. Comes down the track and hits big.
Has batted for 42 minutes, 3 BPL of USA maximums, and 4 fours. So an extraordinary ball striker gets to a second landmark here for Dhaka as Ravinder crosses the half-century mark. And a fuller delivery from Arif Islam. And as well to just rotate the strike as he punches it up into the covers. That will close out the over, so he'll keep strike when the over turns. And so it's 13 from the over, 177 for 3 at the end of 17 with Ravinder Singh on 51, Navin Stewart on 5. So Imamul Hassan comes into the attack for the first time. So he replaces Abu Tair. Abu Tair. Tair would have bowled 2 overs for 23. First over went for 10. Second over cost him 13. Starts with a wide, does Imamul. And so the score moves then.
First over went for 10. Second over cost him 13. Starts with a wide, does Imamul.
Contacted the property owner, probably, and asked to turn the heat on. And so the heat starting to come up here at Idlewild Park. Another single takes a total up to 179, brings Navin Stewart back onto strike. Stewart on 5. Ravinder Singh on 52, 17 balls remaining. Oh, and this could be a no ball, and it's gone for a maximum. So insult to injury here, as 7 runs are added, and not only that, this ball will have to be rebowled, and so free hit upcoming here, as ball smashed away for a boundary. 186 then the total, 186 for 3. Oh, this one hit in the air. Should be runs here. Man comes in, irrespective whether it carries or not, was always going to be runs, as it was a free hit ball. So Stewart doesn't time it as well as he would have liked, but gets a single, and he goes up to 12. 1-8, 16 balls remaining in the innings. Ball hit well. Carmichael. Oh, ball was falling in, and he does well to keep the ball from going into the boundary, and gets a well-deserved applause from the spectators on the boundary line, and from the opposite team, no less, from the Dhaka Gladiators, showing good sportsmanship, applauding the effort of Trincy Carmichael. Big hit by Stewart. This is going to be another BPL of USA maximum. And Stewart tees off here a golf shot. And it's up and over. 194 on the board. Stewart up to 18. So Imamal Hassan under assault here. 17 off 4 balls so far. And Navin Stewart up to 18 from just 6 balls. 14 balls remaining in the innings here for Dhaka Gladiators, looking to post a total probably well in excess of 200. Swing and a miss, ball outside the off stump. And so a respite from the onslaught here at Iloal Park. Dhaka going at 10.9 runs per over. So on course for a total of about 220. And a ball outside the off stump, and a legal ball. So that will complete the over. 17 from it. It's 194 for 3 with 2 overs remaining. So Arif Islam continues. 3 overs, none for 26. And this one is hit in the air towards long off. Man comes around, can't get there. They'll come back for a couple. And so the good running between Stewart and Ravinder continues as Ravinder goes up to 55. Partnership of 32 here, 196 on the board. As partnership of 32 from just 15 balls. Oh! Another BPL of USA maximum. And so Ravinder goes into the 60s now, brings up 200 Gladiators. And 100 comes up in number 19. It's 202 for 3. And the bowling here taking a licking as Dhaka Gladiators on the charge. 200 comes up in the 19th over. And ball coming off the pad. They charge through, in fact, and missing from near point blank. Back for another. Leg by is coming here. And leg by. So a couple of leg buys added. Total up to 204. 204 for 3. 9 balls remaining in the innings. Dhaka set against Royals, and this will go away for some wides. In fact, it may cross the ropes, and it does so now. So 5 wides, and that will only add to the misery here for Royals as Dhaka advances to 209, and still 9 deliveries remain. So no change in the number of deliveries as 5 wides added by Islam. Ball hit well, up. Carmichael can't get there.
Ball
Good
hit
stop
well.
in the deep by Alfie Walker. Didn't see that you arrived on the ground and give thanks. And the elder making a good clean stop. 1 bounce in 2. And then as Ravinder Singh up to 6. Partnership of 4 here is Arif. And this one will go down the leg side. Runs away for 5 more wides. And so 19, in fact 24 now off the over, including 2 deliveries away for 5 wide. So 10 wides conceded in the over, 2 buys, and this is a 24-run over so far. And so Arif Islam under the gun here, just looking to escape this over without any further, without the action of any further damage. Already the damage 4 off the over. 218 for 3, 8 balls. And a full delivery, well bowled delivery, dug out well by Ravinder. And he'll cross for a single. And so that takes Ravinder to 66. Partnership of 55 between these two. So we've seen some very good partnerships here this morning. 99 between Ravinder Singh and Jack here. So the partnerships today, 19 between Ravinder Singh and Jack Hurst, between meanwhile Ismail Hussain. Ravinder Singh and Navin Stewart now are sharing in a 56-run partnership. And so we've seen some very good partnership. This one is a short, and this one is hit well. Golf shot off USA maximum as it was short into the wicket. And this one is slapped away for another maximum. And so umpires signaling for a new ball as another big 32 runs from that one. So the over. We've seen one over go for 33. That one for 32. And is really now Dhaka Gladiators perhaps with 250 in mind as they are up to 226 for 3. 226 for 3. And Borisal Royals will be chasing a mammoth total here. And will probably be chasing a total requiring some 12 runs per over. So Dhaka Gladiators are grateful to get the toss as they have certainly taken advantage of being sent in. So Jahidur will look to finish things up here. 2 overs for 14 at the top. So he is probably, didn't pick up a wicket, but from a respectability standpoint, or from an economy rate standpoint, one of the only ones who showing respectability. Ball tugged into the onside through mid-wicket, and this will probably run away. In fact, the man comes in the deep and keeps the batters to a couple. And I say only just because we've seen balls fly out of this stadium, this park, with regularity. We've seen 11, 14 sixes struck today already, with still 5 balls remaining. Ball hit well. Carmichael is up in the deep, and it comes around, keeps the batsman to just 1. 229 then. A partnership of 65 between these two brings Navin Stewart onto strike. Stewart on 120 has faced just 9 balls. Four balls remaining in the innings. Gladiators looking perhaps 250. No, what a shot by Navin Stewart. The pose as if to say, ESPN, take a look. And it's gone away for another max, another bucket. 233 for 3. And Navin Stewart up to 28. Partnership of 69 now with the two. So 3 balls remain. Stewart up to 28 from 10 balls. And so Jahidur Rahman under the gun. 7 off the over so far with 3 balls to go. Oh! Oh! Another golf shot here. What sport are you playing? Goes for another maximum. 239. Stewart up to 34. And those balls being hit off of a golf tee. One of the golf tournaments. And it's carnage here for sure at Idlewild Park. 2 balls remain. 239 on the board. And 13 off the over so far. Another big hit up and over. Man in the deep. Chawinam doesn't catch it. And they go for 1. That's all they'll get. And score up to 240. Dino Chawinam coming around. Got hands to it. But pull it in. And so 240 for 3 with 1 ball remaining. And so Dino Chawinam will probably have to make that one up with his ball striking ability. Down the leg side, hit into the onside, and this will run away probably for Laundry. We get the confirmation. And so that
with his ball striking
44 for 3. Rate 12 and over. And so Borsall will be chasing 245 for victory at an asking rate of 12.3 per over. So we'll pause for the break and resume when cricket resumes here, with Borsall needing 245 for victory. So we're back from this. 245 runs are needed at an asking rate of 12 runs per. The batsmen out in the middle, Dino Chowanam and Islam. Chowanam, the left-handed striker, clean striker of the ball. And if Borisol Royal here at 245, Dino will likely have to play a big hand here. And it's with Dino Chowanam at the wicket, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. As when he hits it, it stays hit. He's a clean striker. The premier ball strikers of local cricket. And so, a lot resting on his shoulders here if Borisol Royals should advance. So, Navin Stewart will start the attack. And he starts with a first ball that's a wide indication from umpire Chahal, as umpire Palash Roy at square leg gave information. And so 1 on the board. So a free run contributed. Pulled through the onside. Man posted at mid-wicket, so straight to him. And Chowanam can't score, so Dina Chowanam, an accomplished batsman, would have come out of the country of Guyana as he has hit it in the air, ball for a long time, man. Puts it on the turf.
The country of Guyana as he is hit it in the air. Ball is in.
It doesn't even look like it touched his hand. And oh my, what a miss. You don't want to miss Dino Chowanam. He gets off the mark. So Chowanam off the mark with a single. And so, might have been injured there, Jack here. So Jack here to be set again. So Navin Stewart. So good performance by Navin so far. Should have had the wicket of Dino Chowanam without scoring. Chowanam getting a short pitch delivery, looking to pull. Beaten for pace. Ball taking the bottom edge, flying high in the air. Ball taking the bottom half of the bat, rather. High in the air. Zakir Hussain was posted under it for what seemed like an eternity. And in the end, grasped it. And so Chowanam survives. 2 for no loss. Over at number 1 in progress, 245 runs are needed. And so a circumspect beginning here for Borisol Royals. They need to go at 12.3 per over. And they need to do so by trying to get off to a good start here in the power play overs. Only 2 men permitted outside the over and outside the circle, the 30-yard circle in the first 6 overs. And so if they should have an opportunity, this would be the time to try to do so. Good first over to start by Navin. Only 2 runs from it. It's 2 for none at the end of 1. So the captain takes the ball. Rahi Ahmed, he starts with a dot. And another quality delivery keeps Chawanam quiet for the moment. So Chawanam not allowed to free his arms just yet. Two for no. Number 2 in progress here. 245 runs needed. Down the leg side. So it's wide. 3 then on the board. Chawanam on 1. Fortunate to be still out in the middle. Oh! And so doing well just to keep the ball in play. It could be Stewart out there. And is it Jackir? So Jackir redemption. And so he was able to get hands to it this time, get back in play. First time it went completely through him, almost as if he was transparent. And so nonetheless saves perhaps a boundary there. Jackir. And so Jackir making up in some ways. He did contribute tremendously with the bat. 52 from just 26 balls before he was run out. So Arif Islam goes down the ground towards the long on region. He gets off the mark with a single. And so that takes the total up to 5. So slow sledding at the moment for Borishoal Royals. Oh, now looking up, gone distance. That's what Dino Chawanam can do if you let him hang around for any period of time. He can hit them a long way. And it's been given. And it's been given. 228 more runs are needed. Asking rate up over 13. And this one is taking a thick edge and flying towards third man. There's a man down there for protection. And so one more to Chowanam. And a brave Dino Chowanam, no helmet. And taking on Navin Stewart. Running in and charge at record pace. And thank you, give thanks. Doing other work here. Doing double duty. So Carmichael will be strike now for the first time. Trinson Carmichael, another quality player. Played in the Metropolitan League for some years, representing the Atlantis Cricket Club, and has plied his trade also in the Eastern American Cricket Association. But back here in BPL. Turns this first one into the onside. And Chowanam not interested in a single. And so that will close out the over. Another good one from Navin Stewart, other than the ball that was struck away for a maximum. Only conceded one other run. And so a good couple of overs from Navin Stewart at the top. 2 overs for 9. It's 18 for 1 after 3. Asking rate already up over 13 runs per over the ask. So Rahi Ahmed continues. Cost him 9. 227 more runs needed from 102 balls. And Chowanam going for a mighty heave. Not close to the pitch of the delivery. And so score remains at 18. And this time, well, Jack here comes around, can't get there. And so boundary to Chowanam takes him up to 19. Score up to 22. And so 100 balls remain. 223 runs to get. And in most forms of cricket, even now, with we're into the 4th over, still not have approached the total that's being asked. Oh, missed opportunity there. Dino Chowanam swinging for the beating all ends up. Keeper fumbled and allows Chowanam to get back. So Dino Chowanam living a charmed life here. A couple of big misses. And he gets his second life here at 19 as a big miss by the wicketkeeper. So Minmoy, the keeper. Minmoy. Oh. And so Dino Chowanam picks right up where he left off. He doesn't let the missed opportunity change his mindset. And he tees off a clean strike once again. 5, the score up to 28. And as Borisol Royals go, so does Dino Chowanam, or maybe the other way around. As Dino Chowanam goes, so does the hopes of the Borisol Royals. Chowanam, a ball striker extraordinaire. And he hit that one square out of the middle of the blade. Down the leg side, runs here, at least wides perhaps. And we get information. So that 30, it brings Carmichael onto strike. He's faced one ball so far. And so 30 for 1. We're in the fourth over. Man catting is the call, as just being warned perhaps by Ryan. Dino Chow now backing up too far. And so Chow living a charmed life, as we've said, has given 2 legitimate chances so far, neither taken. One when he was on ninth, one when he was yet to get off the mark. His first scoring shot was a catch that Jakir Hussein didn't take. And then the second was a stump opportunity that went to Minmoy. He didn't take it either. And so the score, he got a life at 0, 1 at 19, 25. Then to Chowanam. And it's 30 for 1 with 4 overs gone. So Stewart to continue. Being tugged into the onside, and it could run away. So 4 good-looking runs to Dino Chowanam. So he's on the go. He's up to 29 from 17 balls and doing the bulk of the scoring so far. 34 runs are on the board. And Chowanam's, he's 29 of the he's 29 of the 34 runs that are on the board so far. Oh, now it's up over. Jack Hare giving it a good effort, running back. And again, the ball seems to be following Jack around. And this one he does get one hand onto it as well. And so Chowanam scoring 5% runs on the board so far. So it's been a one-man show. Nearly a near one-man show. It's the Dino Chowanam show at the moment. 36 for 1. Oh, short. And it's another wide. Here's the call. And so one more added takes the total up to 37. Chowanam remains on strike. He's on 31. 31 from 18 balls. Chance at 0, 19, 29. So has lived a charmed life, but continues on. Next to and Carmichael not interested, suggesting that they wait. 208 more runs are needed from 93 balls. Asking rate 13.4. Big hit. Oh, up through the point region. And that's 4 good looks. With an offer. And it gets the Barrow Royals Players Pavilion on their feet. As Dino Chowanam on the go. He's up to 35 already. 41 on the board. Chowanam looking to get as many as he can in these power play overs. As it's still 1 over remaining after this one in the power play. $41 on the board. So, some fans in Spain questioning the president coming out of the bushes. Full toss, turned into that, can't be met on. And so the score remains at 41. And so 41 for 1. Partnership of 30 here between Chowanam and Carmichael. All the runs contributed by Chowanam. And a slower ball, and this time it beats the keeper. So Mean Moy, and it's buys is the call. And brings a raucous applause from the Borishow faithful. And so over comes to an end, 15 from it. And it's 45 for 1 at the end of 5 overs. So Rai continues. 2 overs, none for 21 so far. So a 10-run economy rate, 10.5. And he'll bowl to Carmichael. Still to get up mark. Has faced just 3 balls so far. 34-run partnership, all contributed by showing up. Again, the man-cad suggested by Rahi Ahmed. Oh, and it's gone distance. So Carmichael gets off the mark with a short ball that he hammers over long leg. And within of the equipment, and endurance just went up. So brings up the 50 in the process. And this one is cut away. 4 more here. Carmichael on the go, getting into the act. He goes up to 10. We're up to 55. And the 50 comes up in over number 6. And so Borshal up to 10 runs and over now. Asking rate just about 13. So good partnership here of 44 between Chowanam and Carmichael. And this one is right towards they go for 1. In fact, it crosses the boundary now. And Borshal are on charge. 3 consecutive by Trinson Carmichael. So he is now adding his contribution to this partnership. Partnership of 40. Carmichael adding 14. Chowanam. Partnership approaching a landmark here. 59 for 1. down the leg side, and this will be a wide. 60 on the Rahi Ahmed under the gun here. Bowler. Down the leg side. Could be more runs. Way towards the boundary. And they come back for a couple. And so wides it is. So 3 more added. And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two. Already in the over, which still from just 3 balls. 18 from 3 balls in the over. And Rahi Ahmed, the captain, under pressure here. Carmichael, the man on strike. He's on 14. Turns it into the onside. And a good strike rotation. And so Carmichael just alternating which shots he goes big at. And so just turning the strike over. And now we'll give Dino Chauinam a chance. Chauinam has been off strike for the last 4 or 5 deliveries. Down the leg side again. Well, in fact, ball probably passing out then. As Chauinam looking to swing across the line of the delivery. Doesn't make contact. A couple of balls remaining in over number 6. We're approaching the end of the power play. Well hit. And it's gone. Another maximum. Chauinam goes up to 41. It brings the total up to 70. That completes the over. 25 off the over. And so it's 70 for 1 at the end of the power play. So 70 on the board. Power play comes to an end. So Ravinder Singh will take the ball. Relieves Naveen Stewart. Naveen, 3 overs, none for 20. And so he starts with a dot. And Ravinder Singh, we understand, would have played Ranji Trophy cricket up in India. So he comes in here at a crucial point. And Carmichael is looking to turn the ball into the onside. They scamper through for a leg by, presumably. And so, in fact, no signal. So the ball would have played. In fact, now comes a signal. So leg by is the call. So 1 added to the total. Score up to 71. 71 for 1. We're in over number 7. And Carmichael and Chauinam just having a brief mid-pitch discussion. Oh, Dino teeing off, man in deep. Catch. And so Chauinam escapes with a single. So 4th opportunity he is offered. And that takes him up to 42. So 0, 19, 29, 41. So 4 lives then. Living like a cat, Dino Chauinam. but making it count so far. 73 for 1. And wide is the call. So Ravinder just guilty of going too wide of the tram line outside Chawanam's off stump. Work back along the track. Can't score. 4 off the over so far, so not a bad one. 1 ball ring. 4 on the board. Sun fighting to come out from behind the clouds. Clouds resisting the attempt so far. And ball. And that will close out the over. A good one from Ravinder. Just 4 runs from it. It's 74 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. So 74 for 1. 7 overs completed. Sarbjeet Ladha has been given the ball. He takes over from the captain, Rahi Ahmed. Ahmed 3 for 6. So he gives way here, and Ladha will come into Carmichael. Carmichael on 16. 16 from 10 balls. Partnership 63 between Chawanam and Carmichael. 63 coming from 30 balls, so they've gone at better than 2 runs per delivery, which is exactly what's required. They have kept in touch with the asking rate, as they're going at 10.6 runs per over, so just under the ask, which was 12.3 at the outset. Oh! Trinson Carmichael, where have you been? He takes the first ball he sees from Ladha and deposits it in the bushes beyond mid-wicket. And there you have a golf shot again. So we have to wonder, what are we playing here? We saw Navin Stewart strike a few of those earlier. And now Trinson Carmichael getting into the act. It's 80 for 1 over number 8 on the way. And Trinson Carmichael not giving any time settled here, pouncing on him straight away. So now the Sun seemingly winning this contest for the moment. Coming out, eking out from behind the clouds. Ball keeping a tad bit low outside the off stump. Good delivery, good comeback delivery from Sarbjeet. And ball angled outside the off stump across the left-hander. And this one is eluding the keeper and short third man. Runs away for a single. And so 1 then. So no signal, so it would have come off the bat. So then to Carmichael, he goes 23. Down the side, runs here. It's going to be wide. This one runs away towards the boundary. And the man gets onto it. They'll come back for a couple. And we'll get the confirmation shortly. And in fact, buys is the call. And so we've got a couple of buys. That takes the total up to 83. 83 for 1. 42 runs to Chowinam, 23 to Carmichael, partnership of 72. And this one steered away delicately by Chowinam. They go for one. And that's all that's on offer. And so he pushes up to 43. So starting to warm up a bit here at Idlewild Park as the sun makes a welcome appearance. And the ball outside the off stump, a swing and a miss. That will complete the over. 10 runs from it. It's 8 overs gone, 84 for 1. Barshaw Royals chasing 245 needed for victory. And so they're 161 runs away from their target with 72 balls remaining. While there's a break in the action, would again like to continue to acknowledge the sponsors of the BPL USA. And they shop and hall, amplive.net, Tassin Syed, MD Anwar Hussein, real estate, Curry in a Hurry, Aminul Islam, Imran Hussein, Humayun Kabir Tuhin, Malika Electronics. On Chowinam hits deep. Man is positioned there, takes the catch, and so Chowinam has to go finally. He falls, and the cat has run out of lives here, and I think it's tied. That's out in the deep. He takes the catch, a well-judged catch, and so Chowinam has to go. So Tamid Ahmed, the man in the deep, taking a well-judged catch after putting one on the turf earlier. And so Chowinam falls. And the partnership is broken. 73-run partnership comes to an end. It's 84 for 2. 84 for 2. So while the captain, Naim Talukder, walks to the middle, I want to continue to acknowledge some of the sponsors who have made the 2019 BPL of USA possible. They include Malika Electronics, Former Innovative, Mola Auto, Farouk Hussein Rana, Dr. Barnaki Hussein, Future Data Service, and then, of course, Mary Hair Cutting, Tariq Chowdhury, Bangladeshi Street Food, Mr. Ron Hawk, and, of course, help from the North American Cricket Players Association, the BCL of USA, and then the OAA, the Overseas Association of BKSC. And, of course, the title sponsor for this tournament, Utshob Group. So the new man is Naim, is Talikder. He stands at the non-striker's end. In fact, he's on strike at the moment as he paddles this one into the onside to get off the mark. And so he takes the total up to 85. And 160 more runs are needed from 70 balls. Asking rate just under 14 per over, 13.7 to be precise. Mera, this one is pulled away by Carmichael. No protection at fine leg. And the ball drifting down the leg side from Ravinder. And Carmichael just helps it on its way. And it takes the total. He goes up to 27, the total 89. Good batting. Michael continues. Royals will need a partnership here. A good one came to an end between Carmichael and Chowinam. The partnership of 73 from 37 balls. Chowinam contributed 45. Carmichael 28. And he looks to tee off, doesn't get a hold of it. They run quickly for one. They are coming back for a second. The throw goes to the bowler's end, but the batters are easily back for a couple. So 2 more to Carmichael, takes him up to 29. The score up to 91, 92. So ball pulled into the onside for another couple of runs here. And that takes the total up to 93. And this one is dot. So Sarbjeet to Naeem Talak there. Swing the ball outside the off stump, a little bit of width on offer. And so far, been a spirited run chase by Barshall Royals. They've given it a good effort so far. Still a long way to go. Pace off by Sarbjeet, so he offered some variation here. A little bit off guard to stymie the momentum. And this time the ball is hit in the air towards long on. Another catch taken. And so that's the end of Talak there. He has to go. It's 3 for 3, and we'll pick up the Shakit. So Talak there falls. The catch taken by Shakir. And so well judged catch in the deep. 3 for 3, the total at the moment. So Carmichael punches it into the offside single. 32. Batsman Olive will now be on strike for the first time. 94 for 3, the total on the board. And now brilliant sunshine at Idlewild Park. We're seeing some ebbs and flows in this contest. That will close out the over. Just one run from it. A successful one for Sarabjit, where he picked up the wicket of the captain, Naim Talib there. And so it's 94 on the board as the over comes to an end. 151 more runs, or 60 balls, or 10 overs at an asking rate of 15 and over. So 15 and over, the ask for the remainder of this contest. Barshall Royals needing 245 to get past the Dhaka Gladiators. So good delivery to start from Ravinder. Ravinder has bowled exceptionally well. 2 overs, 1 for 12 coming into this one. Carmichael to take this one through the side. Just extending the front foot and looking to pull. Not getting to the pitch of the delivery. Not taking any risks by using his feet to the spinner. This time he's guiding this one up to backward point. So excellent bowling by Ravinder. And so his first class experience coming to the fore. Ranji from the Punjab area up in the east. And this one is punched away up into the offside. In comes Jack here. They challenge him for 2. And the throw is lost perhaps in the air. And now they'll come back for a 3rd as they challenge the end of Inatul. And they get through for 3 runs. So that will take the total up to 97. Carmichael goes up to 35. And he has batted well so far. And this time, Inatul is the and score. So excellent. 15 over the ask from this point forward. Big swing, doesn't time it well. Will succeed in keeping the over when the next over bowls. And so that will complete the over. 4 runs from it. It's 98 for 3 with 9 overs remaining. So another single to moves him up to 2. Puts the total at 99. Bring up the 100. Bring up the 100 for Royals. Runs away towards backward point. They come back for a second. And so Carmichael up to 37. 100 comes up in over number 12. It's 101 for 3 with 8 over after this one. And he times it this time down the ground. The man is posted out in the deep. I think it's Shakir Ahmed. And total goes up to 102. Brings Inatul Alvi back onto strike. Big hit. Oh, on the turf. So Jacker again and puts another on the turf. And the ball keeps following Jacker around. And another chance there. This time the chance to Inatul. He escapes. And now Jacker being pulled into a fielding position on the interior, going into a on position or short mid-wicket position. And then a man drops out to deep square leg. Ball in the air. Oh, chance goes a begging. So Carmichael gets the life, and suddenly the Gladiators don't seem to be able to catch a cold as lots of is just falling. Like Rahi Ahmed getting that one, a simple chance, catching practice. Captain, what are we doing? 104 for 3. Ball outside the off stump, and that will close out another over. 6 run from it. And both Sarabjit should have picked up both batsmen in that over. Nonetheless, both escape. It's 104 for 3, 141 needed from 48 balls. So the BPL, the purple cap and the orange cap for the leading batsman in display in the box area. And whom will put their hand up to leave today was the leading wicket taker and the leading run scorer in this tournament so far. All the action happening. So 12 overs gone. 141 now needed from 8 overs. Asking rate up to 17.6. So almost 18 runs and over now the ask. And Carmichael goes. He goes big. He goes far. It goes a long way. And he tees off. Takes him up to a 40. And the score up to 110. So Carmichael recognizing that they'll have to go now pretty much at everything. And he tees off. 110 on the board. 7 more balls. Again, asking rate from this point forward is 18 and over. And so Carmichael, they know they'll need 3. They'll need 3. In fact, signaling for a new ball. And so the president will run and allow the umpire allow the umpire to take the balls in the box and select one that's an accurate replacement for a ball that had been play. Umpire Palash Roy and Sanjeev Chahal, the umpires officiating this afternoon now. 4 quarterfinal matches today, and then 2 final match tomorrow. A grand finale here at Idlewild Park. This is the 2019 BPL of Europe. Oh, through the hands of man at short. They come back for a second. So Carmichael goes up to 47, so he's lives here. So Sarabjit Lada offering a chance. Carmichael swings and misses, and it's a wide is the call. So that will push the total up to 113. Carmichael on 47. He's batted well. Turns this one into the onside. They will scamper through for a single. And that will take the total up to 114. 131 more runs from 7 overs after this one. And this one is hit well in the air. Man is running out of real estate. Watches it go away. Another BPL of USA maximum, this time from in he takes the total up to 120, and this is a well-needed respite here for Royals. They need big overs. And so 16 off the over so far, with still a couple of balls remaining. Swings and misses this time. And so good comeback delivery from Ravindra. He is bowled well and looking bowled all the way through. 4 overs on the trot. Final ball of his spell. And that will close out the over. 6. It's 120 for 3 at the end of 3 overs. So Mufassir Ali has been given a ball. He'll come in from the JFK end of the ground, bowling to Trinson Carmichael. Mark Carmichael on 48. Carmichael has faced 29 balls so far, 120 on the board, 125 more from Snow. It's an asking rate of just under 18, 17.9. This one on side and will scamper through for a single. And in fact, they'll come back for a second. So that will be 50 for Carmichael. And he crosses 50. Of course, his coming from 30 balls. He's batted for 47 minutes, 3 sixes and 3 fours, 167 straight. Great innings by Carmichael so far. Pull into the onside, and that will be 4. So clean strike, ball down the leg side, and gets the treatment. Carmichael pushes quickly up to 54, and so he looked to start batting again. Carmichael have to score 100 here or to have a sniff. 245, a lot of runs, and so far right now Borsal Royals going at 9.45 per over. They needed to be at 12.3. And so the difference is an 18-run asking rate. As the clouds dissipate in the skies, the sun now out in its brilliance. And this one driven side once again by Carmichael. And him up to double nickel, up to 55. 127 for 3. 30 balls remaining, 14 are 18 runs required. And again, strike rotation now as the tool goes into double figures up to 10. Reduces the equation to 117 more needed. There will be 6 overs remaining after this one. 1 ball remaining here in over number 14. And this one is hit down the ground. And that will keep Carmichael on strike when the over turns over. And so it's 129 for 3. Carmichael on 56. Inatul Alvi on 10. So Ravinder Singh Mehra has completed his spell. 4 overs, 1 for 32. And so he'll be replaced here by Tamid Ahmed, who has been given the ball. So he'll pick up the attack here from the commentary box end. And he will Carmichael 56-34, and perhaps need a score. So Tamid Ahmed, we understand he's the equivalent of Linga with this slingy action. So let's see. And he's taking one. In fact, now there's a mix-up here. And somehow they cross for a single, I guess. I mean, no signal, so single. Oh, leg by, that's the call. So, one leg by total takes 130 and reduces the equation to 15 of 35 balls. Asking rate approaching 20 and over. Oh, Stumps takes a walk. The Stumps are walking. And the leg stump uprooted as Alvi going inside the line looking to, I'm not sure what he was doing there, but nonetheless, the Stumps are uprooted. And it goes cartwheeling. It's now 130 for 4. So the new batsman is Jarif Akif. And now, Tamid on a hat trick. He is on a hat trick here as two stumps knocked out of the ground. In fact, and so for the second consecutive batsman, the stumps are up again. And so it's 130 for 5. So a very long, leisurely walk for Jerry. Walked to see what the pitch looked like, and then walked right back. Imamul and now replaces him. Hassan will be facing a hat-trick ball from Tamid Ahmed, who has been brilliant so far. Has yet to concede a run in the over. A leg by was scored, but that doesn't count against the bowler. And so at this juncture, halfway through the over, the ball that he's bowled, other than the leg by, has hit a. And so here is the delivery to the new Hassan. Ball up, Tamid Ahmed. Moves his mid-on straight, and here's the hat-trick delivery. And the hat-trick is averted. Ball worked into the onside, and still yet be able to score. So this is a big for Glasgow, as they have now certainly changed the equation tremendously, because off this over, only one leg by off the over so far, and if this ends up being a double wicket maiden. And again, this time a wide, and so the over has been conceded. So 131 for 5. And the keeper now taking a few steps backwards, as Tamid generating significant pace. And really coming a very quick delivery action. Once it gets to the wicket, the arm comes over quickly and able to then generate a lot of pace from just the action, more so than from the momentum of the run-up. And so 131 for 5. So the over comes to an end. A good one. Only 2 runs conceded. A double wicket strike. So a double wicket strike for Tamid Ahmed. And we understand he's from the Capital District region, the Capital District area of New York. It's Albany, the Albany Rensselaer, up there in that area, Saratoga not too far away. And so that Capital District area, certainly one of the prominent areas once you go upstate New York. Troy, Rensselaer, Guilderland, Albany. So Mustafir Ali will continue, 131 for 5. Mufassir. They go for 1. It's a big bird flying overhead. A lot of activity across this ground from the planes landing on, taking off from the John F. Kennedy International Airport, which is adjacent to this playing facility. Here is Ali. Short ball outside, and they run by. Michael down quickly, wanting to get back on strike. Realizing that he's running out of deliveries on offer. Only 28 balls remain. 12 runs needed. Asking right now up to 24 and over. So balls need to start finding the boundaries with regularity here as Carmichael gets a full ball and then it up and away through the covers for a 4. And so Carmichael keeping the fight going here. He's up to 61. It's 137 for 5. Michael on the go. Tugs this one into the onside and more. So this is brilliant batting from Carmichael. Still continuing the fight here. And he goes up to 65. The score up to 141. And Trinson Carmichael leading the way here. He's the highest run scorer for Barstow today. That one is the at 40, but he contribute no more. This one punched away again into the onside. They press for 1. They'll come back for a second. And they'll get it easily in the end. So 2 more to Carmichael. Takes him up to 67. Brings the equation down to 102. Needed from 25 balls. So balls will need to start flying out of this ground. So Royals in need of a bunch of boundaries here with just 25 balls to go. Carmichael on 67. And he's tugging this one down the ground. And he'll keep strike when the 17th over starts. And so it's 144 for 5 with 5 overs remaining in game number 1 of this doubleheader here at Idlewild Park. This is the quarter of the 2019 BPL of USA tour, which will conclude tomorrow with a semifinal in the morning and a final in the afternoon. So quarterfinals now, semifinals later, and then grand final tomorrow. So we'll just make sure that we confirm that. Quarterfinals and semis, and then tomorrow, grand finale. 145 for 4, rather for 5, 1 for 5. Carmichael on strike, facing Tamid Ahmed. Ahmed, his first over went for 1, picked up 2 wickets. So 1 over 2 for 1 so far. Pick up some more. And he's getting a ball that's going through Carmichael, beating everybody. And will run away for runs, it would appear. So 4 runs to Carmichael. And that takes him up to 72. And that reduces the equation for the first time to a total under 3 figures. 19 needed from 23 balls. So the runs required are less than 3 figures. 99 needed from 23 balls. Carmichael up to 70. So Carmichael, they're pressing for a 2 here. And they'll get through for another couple. So Carmichael, 50 actually, 150 comes up. And Carmichael up to 4. And the total 50 for 5 more runs from 22 balls. Another swing and a miss as Carmichael looks to go up and over the offside. Doesn't make contact. 20 balls remaining. Carmichael on 74. And he punches this one up and over. And it's run into the boundary for 4 more. And so that takes the total up to 154. Carmichael up to 78. And 91 now needed from 20 balls. So 10 off the over so far. Carmichael up to 78, 154 for 5. Ball with an offer, and he's not able to stretch to get to that one. And so now 19 balls remain. The season perhaps, the tournament perhaps winding down here for the Barsol Royals. 154 on the board, still needing one with just 1 ball remaining in this 3 over. And taking a French cut towards the fine leg region. And then no ball is the call, in fact. And so that will change the equation a bit, as now they come back for a second. And somehow the keeper missing from point blank range. And Carmichael will get continue to face. He's up to 80. So it's 157 now for 5. So Carmichael on 80. 80 from 40. 1 ball remaining in the over, and this is a free hit ball. He swings, healthy strike, goes towards the third man region. And the man down there comes around and holds him to a single. That completes the over, 14 runs from it. And so it's 158 for 5 with Carmichael on 81. He'll keep strike as 18 balls remain with 87 runs to get the asking rate up to 29 and over from this point forward. So it looks like Gladiators will be marching on here. And the only thing perhaps that's left to determine whether or not Carmichael can hang around to the very end and cross the 3-figure mark. Perhaps the only question left to be answered. This one is quickly looking beyond scope. 158 for 5. There's a trophy here for a Centurion. There's a trophy for the best batsman and the best bowler. There's a purple cap and an orange cap for the leading batsman and leading wicket taker. So somebody has to make a claim for these. Carmichael putting his hand up. Hit down the ground, struck powerfully. They go for 1, and in fact this one will go all the way. And so 4 more to Carmichael takes him up to 85. And the score up to 162. 162 for 5. Partnership of 32 between Carmichael and Imam Al Hassan. The thing is, Hassan hasn't contributed any. In fact, has contributed a couple of buys, but it's been the Trinson Carmichael show. 85 to him. Mufassir Ali, 17 balls remain here in the innings. Short ball, and Carmichael refuses. In fact, a wide is the call, and so Carmichael refuses the extra bye. Adds 163 to the total, and the delivery will have to be rebowled. And he stick outside edge, flies towards third man, and he takes the catch. That's the end of Carmichael. He goes for 85. And so the score 63 for 6. Carmichael falls. And for him, the hopes of the Barsol Royals. Ball in the air. The batter's crossed for one. So Imamul Hassan gets off the mark finally. Played a sheet anchor role when Carmichael was out in the middle. And the new batsman, Shadat Hussain, will be on strike for the first time. 164 for 6 with 14 balls remaining in the innings. Gladiators in charge. So another single takes the total up to 165. 80 more runs are needed from 13 balls, so now the equation doesn't work mathematically. As long as legal deliveries are bowled. Big hit. And lands inside. And the yield that will close out the over. 8 runs from it. It's 166 at the end of 18 overs. So Da has been given the ball. And so he comes back here, replaces Tamid Ahmed. Tamid bowled 2 overs, 2 for 15. This one punched up and over and should be a boundary. We get the confirmation that it's crossed. And so Lada, 3 overs, 1 for 15 coming in. He starts with the boundary up over the offside. 170 then on the board for 6. 75 more runs are needed. So now mathematically, the run chase has been conceded. As long as legal deliveries are bowled here, Royals are out of this tournament. 170 for 6. Son. Oh. Ball outside the off stump for no run. This one tugged into the onside. Protection at long on in the form of Joy. And so the score, in fact, out there is seen. Ismail was seen. And so the score moves along to 171. 171 for 6 with 8 balls to go. Oh, and he's dismissed. The stumps have been knocked back. And so Sarbjeet picks up his second wicket here as Shadat loses his off stump. He has to go. It's now 171 for 7. So So the next game here is the Dhaka Vipers will take on the Bikrampur Kings 11. And as the new batsman walks to the middle in the form of Jahidur Rahman. And he gets a ball as he defends the offside. The over comes to an end. 5 runs from it. A successful one for Sarabjit Singh Lada. He finishes with 4 overs, 2 for 20. 1 remain. And Gladiators will advance. They were inserted here this morning after having lost the toss. They were put in and posted 244 for 3 in their innings. And in reply, a struggle for Barisal Royals as they have just reached 171 for 7. As Mufassir Ali will finish up here. 3 overs, 1 for 29 so far. He'll bowl the final over. Turned several times, tried to find it in the air, and Ismail Hussain couldn't find it ultimately. So a couple runs to Himamul takes him up to 9, the total up to 173. 173 for 7. Swing and a miss. And so just 4 balls remaining in the innings here. The Gators are romping to victory. This one punched up to the cover region. They can't score. So 3 balls remain. Gladiators will move on. And the next match here on tap will be Dhaka Vipers, which will take on the Bikrampur Kings 11. And the winners here. Sorry, it's the Khulna Avengers which take on Dhaka Vipers in the next match. Oh! So it falls here. As lose middle stump. And so it's 173 for 8. 173 for 8. Again, the next match, Khulna Avengers will take on the Dhaka Vipers. So Naim Joy walks to the middle. And with 1 ball to face. And so Dhaka Gladiators will move on. The next match here will be Dhaka Vipers against Khulna Avengers. And so this will run away for boundary to close it out. And so that's the end of the innings then. Dhaka Gladiators win emphatically here. And they win by 67 runs. And so they march on. They will play this afternoon in a semifinal over at Baisley. Meanwhile, the Vipers will face Khulna Avengers, who are on the here. So that match will play this afternoon. Start time is somewhere around 2-ish, but we'll confirm that. So the man of the match should be none other than Ravinder Singh Mehra, 73 not out, plus I would have come back to bowl 4 overs, 1 for 30. So Ravinder Singh Mehra, seemingly the man of the match this afternoon. 6-7 run win for Dhaka Gladiators. And so we'll pause here and return with some information subsequently, and then get set for Dhaka Vipers and the Khulna Avengers.
দিবে তো আপনি দিবেন কি আপনি জনি ভাই দিবে না না আমি এখানে আসার পরে তারপর এদিকে, কারণ ক্যামেরাটা ওইখানে তো এদিকে আসলে এদিকটাই থাকেন এরকম মানে এদিকে বলবো বিপিএল 2019 আসরে আজকে এই কোয়ার্টার ফাইনালে খেলা হয়েছে ঢাকা গ্ল্যাডিয়েটর্স এবং বরিশাল রয়্যালসের মধ্যে। এইটা খেলাটা ছিল কিন্তু একটা হাই স্কোরিং ম্যাচ এবং ম্যাচে ঢাকা গ্ল্যাডিয়েটর্স আসলে সুস্পষ্টভাবে প্রাধান্য করে জিতেছে। এখন আসলে আমরা পুরস্কার বিতরণী পর্যায়ে চলে এসেছি। প্রথমে এখানে জানানো হবে আজকের খেলায় যিনি ম্যান অফ দ্য ম্যাচ হয়েছে তাকে, আর যিনি ম্যান অফ দ্য ম্যাচ হয়েছে তার আমরা জানবো এই বিপিএল এর প্রেসিডেন্ট সুমন ভাইয়ের কাছ থেকে। সুমন ভাই, কে ম্যান অফ দ্য ম্যাচ হয়েছে এবং কি জন্য?
Ravinder Mehra match for he 73 runs and 1 hit.
ধন্যবাদ রবীন্দ্র, প্লিজ কাম অন। এই ম্যান অফ দ্য ম্যাচটি দেওয়া হচ্ছে কাউকন রিয়েলিটি ইনকনের পক্ষ থেকে। তুলে দিচ্ছেন ফর্মার সেক্রেটারি বিপিএল অফ ইউএসএ জনি ভাই, মিস্টার জনি। ধন্যবাদ রবীন্দ্র। আচ্ছা, এই রবীন্দ্র আগের ম্যাচেও একটা অসাধারণ পারফরমেন্স করেছিল, তিনি সেঞ্চুরি করেছিলেন। এখন পর্যন্ত বোধহয় বিপিএল এ দ্বিতীয় আসরে এটাই প্রথম সেঞ্চুরি। আজকে তিনি তো ম্যান অফ দ্য ম্যাচ হয়েছেন এবং সেঞ্চুরির জন্য তাকে আরেকটি পুরস্কার তুলে দেওয়া হচ্ছে। So Ravindra is a very good performance and this is the first on BPL. What's experience and what's your feeling?
Yeah, this is my first year to play in BPL, so it's very good tournament. It's very well organized by you guys, so I really enjoyed this tournament. The wicket was very good, and especially for the weather, it's really good now. So I hope this league will go more up in future.
In future, if anyone give you the opportunity in the next BPL, are you in? And what's your next plan?
Yeah, exactly. I would love to play more cricket here because you saw the US cricket goes up now, so I would love to play. Thank you so much.
আমরা এতক্ষণ ছিলাম পুরস্কার বিতরণী পর্যায়ে। পুরস্কার বিতরণী শেষ এবং যে সেমিফাইনাল ম্যাচ হবে সেটা সম্প্রচার দেখার আমন্ত্রণ জানাচ্ছি।
হালাল ফ্রেশ মাংস ও দেশি মাছ কেনার কথা ভাবছেন? আমরা শুধুই হালাল ফ্রেশ মাংস ও দেশি মাছ বিক্রি করে থাকি। জ্যাকসন হাইটসে আমরা নতুন, কিন্তু অন্যান্যদের সাথে আমাদের হালাল ফ্রেশ মাংস ও দেশি মাছের তুলনা করলেই বুঝতে পারবেন তাদের সাথে আমাদের পার্থক্য। আমরা নিশ্চিত আপনি একবার আমাদের মাছ মাংসের স্বাদ পেরে আর অন্য কোথাও যাবেন না। শুধু একবার আমাদের মাছ মাংস পরখ করে দেখুন। আপনাদের সুবিধার্থে আমরা এখন জ্যাকসন হাইটসের আপনা বাজারের ভিতরেই। Mama's Halal Meat and Fish, 7220 37th Avenue, Jackson Heights, New York 11372. Phone 718-685-2855.
আলম পোডায়াট্রি পিসি এখন আপনার আরও কাছে। আপনাদের সবার প্রিয় এবং নির্ভর